Alright guys, today is September 28th, 2012, and today I wanted to talk about something that has made the Sherlock fandom collectively take to their beds ever since we heard about this, and that is CBS's Elementary. Now, I know when we first heard news about this, everyone started shouting and screaming that it's a blatant rip on Sherlock. How dare they do that? Oh my god. Why? It's going to suck. They cast Lucy Liu as John Watson. They made it a girl. America's afraid of homosexuality. Just everyone stop. Stop, breathe, and listen. So yesterday I actually watched Elementary, and I have to admit, it's a very good interpretation of Sherlock Holmes. It's also a very American interpretation of Sherlock Holmes. And we also have to understand that ever since the founding of this country, we have been taking things from across the pond and all over the world and making them our own and claiming that they're always ours to begin with. We did the same thing with baseball and several other things, and so on and so forth. And The Office. We're always going to argue about The Office and whose version is better, from now until the last syllable of recorded time. But I digress. And I have to admit that Elementary was good. It was different. And I have to say that Johnny Lee Miller's Sherlock is more sympathetic, though he still has a blatant disregard for social norms, while Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock is more sociopathic and has a bit more of a disregard for social norms. So while these two Sherlocks are essentially the same character, the way their actors portray them are different, and the way that the writers approach the different writers from, the different countries approach these different not sitcoms, but dramas, is different. I wish I had a better word for it, but that's what it is. They took another route. I mean, Moffat and Gatiss went about it as worshippers of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. They dissected the original stories. They looked at the stories and go, it's like, how can we bring this story into the modern age? What other smaller stories can we bring into it and wrap up in it? You can see in the Scandal in Belgravia, which I think I always botch that name, but anyways, you have like the Speckled Blonde or the Naval Incident. And you can go back and you can find the titles for these stories, like The Speckled Band, and I can't remember the name of the other one, but I had a point there. While in Elementary, it's a little more subtle. You actually have to look for it. You have to know Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's work, because there's this one scene where Joan Watson's looking for Sherlock, and she goes up onto the roof, and after she notices honey falling through cracks in the roof tiles of the brownstone. And she sees Sherlock sitting there staring at bees. So they brought that aspect in. And also Elementary played up more of the drug addict side of Sherlock's personality, because Joan Watson is his sober companion. And they actually gave Joan Watson a better backstory than the backstory that I thought they were going to give her. And if you want to find out what that backstory is, I'm going to tell you to go watch it yourself, because I'm not going to tell you. But the point of all this is that Elementary is not a blatant rip off of Sherlock. They've essentially remade Bones. And it's okay. I personally will always like the BBC Sherlock better. And that is my opinion on the matter. And that is all I'm going to say. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. I'm going to go, if you have questions for me, please leave them in my Ask box on Tumblr or in questions below or comments below in LiveJournal on YouTube, and I will see you guys later.